So I have a couple of examples in here of why we have employment laws. Essentially, they came about because of bad employers. This guy, this is a true story. This is a real picture. His name is Miles Walker, and he runs an auto body shop in Peachtree City, Georgia. And he had a situation come up where he got into a dispute with an employee. The employee ends up quitting. And at the point the employee quit, he's owed $915 for the time that he's worked within that pay period. And Miles Walker decided he wasn't going to pay the employee. And so the employee went to the Department of Labor and complained. And the Department of Labor reached out to Miles Walker. And he said, yeah, I'm not going to pay him. That would not have gone well for Miles had he stuck with that position. But instead, what he did is he said, you know what, I will pay him. And he shows up at this guy's house, and so he owed him $915. He put 91,500 pennies in a pile in his driveway, and there's a note. You kind of see it towards the back of the wheelbarrow there, with an expletive on it. So that was how and the Department of Labor was not impressed, needless to say. And apparently this individual had a history. But anyway, he had all those pennies, and there were Google reviews for his shop. And one of the people in the Google review said, I got my oil changed there. After I got my oil changed, my motor seized. And so I reached out to Miles and I wanted a refund. And Miles gave him a pretty hard time. Finally, the guy, he says, why don't you come in and get your refund? Guy comes in, he throws a bunch of pennies all over the guy's backseat. I don't know where his penny stash comes from, but apparently this is how he dealt with people. So needless to say, the Department of Labor looked into not only the individual's situation with the $915 and the pennies, they also looked into Miles's practices in general and found a number of violations, including not paying employees overtime that they were due. So all in all, I believe Miles ended up paying around $40,000 to resolve this $915 issue. But people like Miles are why we have employment laws today, to protect employees. So